You know what? I always like seeing an R rating on a movie, especially when it comes to horror movies, man, because usually when you get a horror movie that's rated like PG-13 or something like that, all it is a corny-ass ghost story. And I don't want to see that, man. I want to see intestines getting pulled out of people's stomachs and people getting their heads punched off, man, not some corny-ass ghost. Man, I will kick a ghost in the face. What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're an indie artist looking for an album review and some promo, you can hit up Luke at redmattersite.com. And what I have for you boys and girls today is my review for Psyfer's album, Motion Picture Dreams. Now, Psyfer is an MC from out of New York, and this is a concept album that tells the story of Chris King, aka Cable. Now, Cable is having a wild night out in Dreamland, so that's the story that we get here, and for more on Psyfer and this album's concept, you can just look at the info box underneath the video, because there's more about everything right there. Now, I also reviewed one song from this album called The Terminal, so I'll chuck the link to that review down there as well. But the first song that we get on here is called Dune, and on this one, Cable wakes up in the desert, and he's just questioning his current state of life and reality, while the slow guitar production builds itself up. It's not really a bad way to start off the album, but it is a little bit of a slow start because it sounds more like an outro than it does an intro. But the actual outro on this album, Sunset Boulevard, has some of the best production on here. It has this lavish and slow lounge style production, and I really liked it a lot, so that was one of my favorite songs. But let's get back to the storyline for a second. After the song Dune, we get the song Heat, and on this one, Psyfer is riding around town with his top down and boasting about heaven hoes over some synth and jazzy style production. It really has a nice vibe to it that just sounds like driving around at night, so it matches up perfectly with the content, and this was another song on here that I really liked. And for the most part, this album is very cohesive, because the majority of the beats here have a very wavy, drowsy, and slow synth-type vibe going on. So that works in a way that it makes the album cohesive, like I said, but on the other hand, it does make it so these songs don't really stick out from each other very much, and they do get a little bit forgettable. I just think having some more varied production on here would definitely help. But there are a couple of tracks that have production that sticks out. For example, Summer of Sam has this screechy and grating synth, so it sticks out but not really in a good way. And the song Kiss Kiss Bang Bang has this nice wavy synth and string production. And I know I keep bringing up synth and the word wavy, but that's just how you describe a lot of these beats. Like I said, they're all very familiar. Now, as far as the lyrics on Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, there's not a whole lot that blew me away, although it did make me laugh when he had a line about skeeting in the back of a Maybach. But this is still one of my favorite songs on here because I really like the beat, and he does sound good flowing over top. It's just that on this song and throughout the album, there's not a whole lot to his lyricism that really sticks out. And even with the concept here, there's not a lot that's going to blow you away. Although he does do a good enough job to keep the story going, so he does get points for that. For example, on the song Cool World, he steps up in the strip club and paints the picture of this girl who is just a mess and her name is Miss Hollywood. And then on the song Drive, he's drunk driving on the highway and referring to himself as a madman, aka Young Draper, which obviously is a reference to Mad Men. But one of the cool things about this song, Drive, is how you can hear the sound effect of him zooming on the highway and vehicles zooming by him. So I thought it was pretty cool how he did that, and it added to the overall picture and story that he was telling here. And I'm actually not going to tell you the whole story here, because part of enjoying a concept album like this is listening to it for yourself and coming up with your own understanding and just picturing it in your own head. So I'm not going to ruin it for you. But I do think you should check this one out because it is pretty good, and I give it a 3 out of 5. Now, the reason I don't go any higher than that is because, like I said, the beats get a little bit repetitive, flat, and stale. And it's the same thing with the rapping because Psyfer doesn't really do anything that's too crazy with his flows and with his delivery. Although he does mess around a little bit with auto-tune, distorted vocals, and a screwed-up voice here and there, but it's not really anything that's going to blow you away and make you go, oh shit, this is next level. But it is good enough to check out, and I think some of you will really enjoy this, especially if you want something that has a concept and a very smooth and mellow vibe. But that's just what I thought about this one. Check it out for yourself and let me know what you think, and make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff, man, where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter, you retweet the videos, and you especially subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.